Any journey through Ladakh inevitably involves a lot of driving. We started in Himachal Pradesh, in the foothills of the Himalayas, as we first made our way to Manali. Arrived in Manali. We're pretty high up now and it's already a bit colder. Got an amazing view. Check it out. We travelled up quite high to get here. The river's just down below. Baralacha. On our way to Jispa now, about a 7-hour drive from Manali. Currently we're at 2,000 metres and we're going up to about 3,000 metres. I'm drinking a lot of water. I was told that this is one of the ways that you can combat altitude sickness. Pretty sure that just means I'm going to go to the toilet every 10 minutes. So this is my actually quite luxurious tent. A bit more like glamping, I suppose. And then this is the view. There we go. At this point, the roads were still excellent, albeit a little narrow. It's a video! Oh! Say hi, Ritson.
Hi!
What do the different flags on the front represent?
It's again, no, it's just a flag which is given to the god. It's basically for a good...
They worship wind god here.
Yeah, so for that.
So to protect them from wind.
We've just stopped here to put the GoPro on the front of the car to get some footage as we drive along. There's our trusty vehicle. Actually not so trusty. Just a moment ago it did break down. I'm hoping that doesn't happen too often, especially on some of these roads. As we got higher, the landscape started to change. Army barracks became more plentiful, and we met some of the locals. Leading up to the Baralacha Pass is a popular area for bikers, and often those who want to see snow for the first time. $4,850 meters up. That's pretty high. So we're about 10 kilometers away from Pang, which is where we're staying tonight in a dormitory, and the scenery is massively changed now. You can see behind me, just about in the light, that there's no more greenery. It's just completely rocky. It's about 5 o'clock now. It's a lot colder already. It's amazing the contrast between daytime and nighttime in terms of temperature. Definitely need to go and put on another layer now.
The roads were undoubtedly getting worse now, gravelly with a sheer drop and narrow, especially if you find yourself needing to turn around.
I was expecting it to look a little more like a town.
अच्छा गाड़ी ना यहाँ लाना पड़ेगा एक बार सुनो ना इधर
सर आप लोग चाय लेगा जी
हाँ चाय लेगा ना
कितना है जी 5
यहाँ रोकोगे ठीक है
Everybody loves chai. How are you feeling, Divya? Oh.
Divya is happy, Divya is cool.
So tonight we're staying in Pang. Sumareri Lake was a little bit too far to drive, especially in the dark. So we're staying in one of these really huge tents. They call it a dormitory, but to me, it's a tent. However, there's beds and blankets, so fairly luxurious. And what I'm drinking here is salted chai, which is exactly as weird as it sounds.
Food options at this altitude are limited, usually dal and roti, which luckily I love.
So until about 7 o'clock they've got solar power, and then after 7 we have the luxury of electricity. Woohoo!
By this point it had been a week without any signal or contact with friends, family or colleagues, so we paid to use a satellite phone.
So we're just making a quick phone call, but the phone you can only call inside India. Here we are. After about 4 days of driving, we've finally arrived at Sumareri, which is the biggest of the high altitude lakes in India. It's really, really cold. I'm trying to decide how long I can go without a shower for, because obviously it's cold water, and then when you're getting out into a cold environment as well, you're never going to heat up. Currently I'm in bed with 4 blankets, and I am still fully dressed. But we do have electricity, which is a plus, because yesterday we didn't. So I'm going to charge my phone up, even though I've got no phone reception whatsoever. And I will see you guys tomorrow. So this morning I woke up with a nosebleed and my brain felt like it was going to explode. Quite a lot of pain. And Divya, who's our Alliance team member, was feeling pretty rough as well. So we went to the medical centre and they checked oxygen levels, and it turns out that myself and half the crew were suffering from varying degrees of altitude sickness. So we were given some tablets, painkillers, oxygen, and drank plenty of water. I'm now feeling a bit better, not 100%.
The people here are so kind, and we were welcomed into a local house to have some chai and try on Ladakhi traditional dress.
Is this a traditional dress?
Yeah, Ladakhi traditional dress.
They could literally put me in anything and I just have to go along with it.
I felt like a princess. What an amazing outfit.
Okay?
Very good.
Wow.
Does it look okay? So I'm ready for Ladakhi marriage now, or at
Yeah.
least ready for a cold night. Ladakh is full of spectacular and peaceful monasteries and gumpers.
Nice one. Very good. It's basically a prasad. Prasad means you offer to God. So this is basically offering to the God.
Next we arrived at Pangong, the world's highest saltwater lake. It is absolutely stunning. There's some strong competition for the best pose by the lake. That was a good one. Let's see what the next style is. What's your favourite pose for a photo? What's your... We've spotted a lovely rainbow in the Nubra Valley. This is my earth home. Look how cute it is. I love this room. I have been camping, so I think that anything would feel like luxury, but this is so nice. Here's the bathroom. Lovely. Nice big bed. Another bathroom on this side. Look how good it is. So we came to see the camel. and I asked what its name was, and they said that the camel doesn't have a name. I think I must have seemed a little bit upset because now they've backtracked and said that it's called Dorma, which is fine. I like it that he's got a name now. Hi Dorma. See, he doesn't know he's got a name yet. Cultural show, and it started absolutely tipping it down. You can hear rain outside. It was doing this all of last night. We're hoping that it doesn't do it today because we've got the camel safari to come this afternoon. This 32-metre high statue of the future Buddha stands opposite Diskit Monastery, the oldest monastery in the Nubra Valley. The Nubra Valley is also famous for the Bactrian camel. Hi, baby camel. Currently, I'm riding Turu into the desert. You can see loads of camels in front of me. I've debated the ethics of this, but I did go and visit where they live, and they seem to be fairly well looked after. Wave! Hey! Baby camels. Can you see them? Look at this one's awesome haircut. Looks a bit like Donald Trump. We set off to reach Khardung Pass, which at 18,380 feet is higher than Everest Base Camp. We've arrived at Khardung or Khardung Pass, And this is supposedly the highest motorable road in the world. What I would say is whoever made that sign has obviously got a different idea of what is motorable to what I do. This bit's fine. Around the corner is not. I was delighted to visit a 17,000 feet foundation school, an organisation which works to improve the lives of people in remote regions of Ladakh. Hi! I'm in a government vehicle today, so it's pretty comfy. So the ride through the valley was much more enjoyable than it would have been. And we went to a school as well, part of the 17,000 feet foundation. I got to teach some English. Reminded me of when I was teaching back in Vietnam. The kids are so cute. Played some games, sung some songs. Not a bad day. We're on our way to find a giant rock carving of the future Buddha. Nobody seems to know where it is. We've stopped and asked loads of people, and now we're walking along this path hoping it's going to be on the other side. We'll soon see. How are you able to tell the age of the carving?
It's 17th, 7 AD.
How are you able to tell the age though?
Because somebody told me.
That's great. Unsurprisingly, given the difficult terrain, then once again roads started to get worse and worse. But if you ask me, it's all part of the adventure. That thing that looks like a river.
been on this route and never been on this kind of dangerous route. Wonderful experience. I'm loving it.
We've got one bus having a side. Quite an audience as well.
Some of the larger all-terrain vehicles could just about make it across.
They make it look... They're making it look easy though. Massive tires.
While of course those smaller vehicles inevitably became stuck. See if you can spot me in the water helping to push.
They've made a fire to keep warm. Maybe not a bad idea. Hey Rahul! Do you want to come inside?
Unfortunately, we were trapped until night time and ended up sleeping on the floor of a shop.
I'm really cold and I'm really hungry and I'm really tired. And we've got another 6 hours of driving, at least, and that's without stopping, to get to Zanskar. On a slightly funnier note, last night when we were driving through the water, then I was preparing for the worst because it really didn't look very good. So I put my passport in my pocket just in case I was stranded in the middle of nowhere and I had to walk back to some town. I don't know what I was expecting my passport to do. What is it?
Khajur.
What's inside?
Nothing. It's just a flour and with some sugar and some soda powder.
Sabda?
It's nice. Nice to take.
That's the monastery on the hill that we're going to. This is one of the largest monasteries in Zanskar. And the reason why it's so busy is there's a festival going on today.
रिलीजियस एक्ट एक होता है एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव हेड जो राजा होता है एक रिलीजियस हेड होता है
This is today's breakfast outfit. I like it. It's very pink and colourful. And that is real gold and real jewels that the hotel owner's wife wore to her wedding. How amazing is that?
The final leg of our journey was heading towards Dar Lake, home of the famous houseboats, and possibly one of the most stunning places I've ever visited.
Good morning. It is 4:30 and I'm up and I'm on a boat because I'm going to the floating wholesale vegetable market. I've got my own little boat here ready for the sunrise, and this is something that I'm happy to get up for.
Some saffron, madam. Kashmir saffron.
I've been to floating markets before in like Bangkok, things like that, and they're just full of tourists. It's basically a market for the tourists, but I think there's one boat here with tourists on apart from me, so this is pretty cool. Video. These are some of the other houseboats. Ours definitely looks like the fanciest so far. It's really nice to stay somewhere so lovely for my last night. This is the houseboat, and this is my room.
Many of the houseboats are extremely luxurious, with double beds and private bathrooms.
This is the sun deck, and that is going to be my breakfast. That's the restaurant area.
Dar Lake is perfect for those who like peace and quiet, as the main thing to do is relax and take in the views. My journey through Ladakh will forever be one of my most memorable trips, thanks to the amazing people and beautiful yet adventurous landscapes, and I can't wait to visit again.